Hello everyone. So today our topic is carbon and its compounds. Carbon and its compounds. Next today we discussing the characteristics of carbon and its compounds and their properties and preparations and nomenclature. So before that we discuss the uses of carbon and its compounds. Now we see uses of carbon usually. So daily the food you eat and you wear the clothes and you make up the cosmetics like any other, and total in fuels and petrol and kerosene is totally made up of with carbon. So why not our human body also is totally built with carbon materials. So 80% it is the second most abundant element in the earth. Okay, this is a carbon. So next we see the characteristic features and their valency, their electronic configuration of carbon and their shape, and and how they perform and how they are formed bond. Next we see the compounds means when two atoms or perform or to produce molecules or compounds. The combination of two atoms it gives molecules or compounds. For example, here H plus means here one atom, here chlorine minus the negative charge carries, it gives HCl. Okay, it is a molecule or a compound. Okay, this Cl compound. So by the H plus and chlorine minus we getting HCl, right? Next now we see the carbon, characteristic features of carbon. So carbon, it is a non-metal. Carbon is non-metal. Okay, carbon is non-metal. So before that I'm also telling about some bonding in carbon, formation of covalent bond and their characteristic features and etc. Okay, now we see the only characteristic features and their electronic configuration and their shapes. Okay, the carbon is a non-material, so the atomic number of carbon is 6. Atomic number is 6. Then valence electron is 4. Okay, valence electron is 4. So carbon is and carbon always be with a positive charge or negative charge. Okay, now it some follows the catenation power also. So now we see the electron configuration of carbon. Electron configuration of carbon here 1s2 and 2s2 and 2p2. Okay, this is the electronic configuration. Now we see the ground state. Ground state configuration means it has to be stable and it is lowest energy. Okay, 1s2 and 2s2 and 2px1 and 2py1. Okay, 2pz is 0. 2pz is 0. When we enter the means in excited state, here 1s2 and 2s1, here electrons also in s orbital jumping from the p orbital. Okay, 1s1 and here px1, py1, 2py1 and 2pz1. Okay, these are the, it will form four bonds here, mean 4 electrons. It will form 4 covalent bonds, right? So how they are formed, now we'll see. Now that means carbon has 4 electrons. We will discuss now. So we draw that Lewis dot structure, then we get some covalent bonds. It produces covalent bonds. Okay, here carbon has 4 electrons, right? Valence electron is 4. Here 1, here 1, here 1. So how they get the octet configuration means that, so it will help off with other compounds. Now why we are calling as carbon and its compounds, that means carbon plus with addition of other compounds, means other atoms, combination of atoms, that we'll call as carbon and its compounds, right? So here carbon and hydrogen is, it will be both are different. It is a here one hydrogen atom carries 1 electrons, so it will form here 1, here 1. So this is covalent bond. So means that mutual sharing of electrons between the two atoms, carbon and hydrogen, it will form a covalent bond, right? So here also carries, here also bond, here also hydrogen bond. So when we put some molecules, means H4, yes, CH4, we calling as methane. This is a methane molecule, right? This will form covalent bond. bond angle is 109.5 degrees and 5 degrees, and shape is tetrahedral. Okay, it is a tetravalency of carbon. So we see now electron configuration of carbon. Okay, it form sp3 hybridation. Okay, sp3 hybridation. So sp3 hybridation means always tetrahedral shape. Okay, now carbon means, now see carbon, it's we see the valence electron here, and the electron configuration, atomic number, and their masses. Okay, and their uses also we can see here. So now we enter the bonding in carbon. So how the carbon atom is bonding with other atoms, now we'll see. Already I told you now. So carbon is bonded with hydrogen, carbon is bonded with nitrogen. Okay, nitrogen always carries triple bond here, so it will be, this is a cyanide ion. Okay, these are covalent bonds here, 2 pi bonds are formed here, so this is a covalent bond, right? So this is a bonding with other atoms, means a carbon forms covalent bonds here. Already I told you, this form covalent bond, okay, between the two atoms. Now formation of covalent bond. So formation of covalent bond means, already told you, covalent bond formation involves sharing of electrons between the two atoms, maybe either same or different. Okay, I told you now in just now. Okay, this is and formation of covalent bond here already we can see. Next, covalency means the number of atoms, the number of electrons, is contributed by an atom for sharing is known as a covalency. Okay, covalence, co means 2, so co means it is coordinated with other atoms, means a number of electrons is contributed by an atom by sharing or for sharing, and is known as a covalency. So now we'll see the characteristic features of covalent bonds here. So the covalent bonds always is be with a existing single molecule. Okay, HCl is always single bond. This is a covalent bond. So these are the insoluble in water but soluble in benzene and kerosene and petroleum. Okay, like that. And these are compounds are poor conductor of electricity, right? Now we see the allotropy of carbon. What is mean by allotropy means, for example, we take one atom. So the atoms, it can exist in two forms, that may be solid and other state. So that may be means crystalline state and amorphous state. The carbon exists in allotrophic form. So it may be diamond and graphite. Okay, that we call as allotropes. Which are the compounds, which are the atoms or can exist in two forms, we call as allotroph or allotrophy. Okay, the properties due to element existing in two forms, they differ as physical and chemical properties in allotrophy, right? So it forms various forms known as allotropes. Okay, example, graphite and diamond and Buckminster fullerenes. Okay, fullerenes, it forms buckyballs. One scientist says that Buckminster fullerene. And diamond also, it has carbon atom, it conduct electricity, and it also, graphite also conduct electricity. Example, pencil. Okay, so it has to be potent electricity. Next, we will see here fullerene is another carbon allotropes. The first one to identify C, carbon 60. So Buckminster fullerene is as carbon C60 is example of the Buckminster fullerene. And carbon nanotubes we can see in the allotrope of carbon. So what is the unique nature of carbon? Now we'll see what is the unique nature of carbon means. Here every person has a unique nature and unique state. That means here carbon also some unique nature. That is the catenation power. That means the carbon can form a long chain by its own itself. Means here we can see the properties of elements to form a long chains ring by self-linking of their own atoms. Means for example, this is a carbon and this is a carbon. It forms its own linkage. Okay, own linkage. We calling as catenation power. It has to be high catenation power, right? This is a unique nature of carbon here, so that we call as catenation power. This is a very important catenation. Wherever you go, it will be not permitted. Okay. Next, and now we see the saturated and unsaturated carbons. Okay, saturated and unsaturated carbons means what is saturation and unsaturation means. For example, we can take saturated means it can be satisfied with what they are give, and unsaturation means it cannot satisfy with what they not give. So means here carbon compounds has here some face with the problems. Means saturation means the satisfaction with the single bonds, satisfied with the single bonds. Example, alkane. Okay, alkane. The general formula of alkane is CnH2n+2. Okay, now we see the saturation of alkanes. Alkane is a saturation compounds here, so it is can be satisfied with the example methane. We can take methane or ethane, so it is satisfied with the single bonds. Here hydrogen, okay, it's a methane, so it is also saturation compounds. Example, alkane. Next, now see unsaturated compounds. Unsaturated compounds means it can't satisfaction with the single bond. It only satisfy with the double bonds. Okay, double bonds. Here H2 and CH2. Here ethylene is the best example. Means alkane is the best example for the unsaturated compounds. These are the unsaturated compounds. It cannot be unsatisfied with a single bond, only satisfied with the double bonds. That's we call as unsaturated compounds. Okay, means here already told you, and in saturated compounds valency of all the carbon atoms is satisfied by bonded to them. Next, while unsaturated compounds is valency of carbon atoms is not satisfied by the single bonds. In order to satisfy valency, there are double bonds and triple bond between the carbon atoms, right? Okay, it is completed saturated and unsaturated compounds. Now we'll see the straight chain compound and branched chain compounds and closed chain compounds and ring chain compounds. Right? Now we'll see the straight chain compounds. The carbon can form straight chain. For example, ethylene or ethane means pentane. We take pentane or butane. Here no place, but we'll take butane. So why we call as butane? We talk in next page. Okay. Next here triple bond and double bond. Here it is satisfied with the 4 valency electrons. Carbon, it increases their number. This is a long chain or straight chain carbon atoms. Means compounds. This is C4H10, right? Here 3 and here 3, 6 and here 4. Okay. Means C4H10 is the butane, right? The compounds which contain straight chain carbon atoms known as straight chain compounds. Normally the butane is the best example for this. Next, branched chain carbon. Those compounds which are branched means isobutane and neopentane. Means here you can take here methane also, or it can be satisfied with other groups. Here other group, here methyl group or CH and CH3. Okay, this is another example for branched chain compounds. Okay, next the example is isobutane and neopentane and isoneopentane. Okay, now we'll see the closed chain compound rings. Okay, cyclic compounds are called as closed chain ring. Example, cyclopentane and cyclobutane and cyclopropane. cyclopentane structure is means here no place, but I will write the cyclobutane and cyclopentane, cyclopropane. So this is cyclopropane, the carbon, so this is cyclopropane. Okay, the cyclopropane, here 3 bonds, this cyclopropane, and here side carbon, here 4, this is a cyclobutane. Okay, and cyclopentane is and cyclopentane structure is 5. It may be, this is a pentane, here bond, here hydrogen bond, or carbon and hydrogen. Okay, this is a cyclopentane. Cyclo means this is cyclic, this ring-like form or ring-like structure we calling as cyclic. Okay, cyclic compounds, these are closed chain compounds, ring example. Next, now we will see the hydrocarbons. What is meant by hydrocarbons means that the combination of one hydrogen and one carbon atoms produces CH, means calling as hydrocarbons. Okay, all those compounds which contain carbon and hydrogen we calling as hydrocarbons. Example, alkane and plus alkene and alkyne. Okay, these are satisfied with a single bond, double bond alkane, and triple bond alkyne. Example, cyanide and acetylene and paraffin, means calling as alkane. Okay, now we see the functional group of this carbon. So means not the functional group means the atoms or groups which determine their properties of compound is known as functional group. What is functional group means? Example, OH group is a functional group, and COOH and ester, the carboxylic group, and ester group. These are the some functional groups, right? And aldehyde groups. And before that, we nomenclature of this. Okay, here nomenclature we missing here. Okay, after this homologous series, we can go the homologous series. Now, homologous series means homo means same. Okay, it has to be with CH2 groups, CH2 units. We calling as homologous series. For example, methane, ethane we taken, here CH2, here H, so it is a methane, CH4. Okay, balance CH4. So a series of compound which is same functional group substitute hydrocarbons in carbon chain. These are substituted. Okay, so that is the homologous series, means a CH2 units. For example, ethylene CH2 taken 2. This is also one unit. Okay, example, alkynes all coming included this one, homologous series. Example, you go CH3 C1 and ethyl C1, and here carbon is one extra carbon is alkyl group, whatever the some different group with carbon CH2 units, calling as a homologous series, means same logos. Next, we see the nomenclature of carbon. So in nomenclature, chemists developed a set of rules for naming organic compounds based on their structures, which known as IUPAC rules. Okay, IUPAC rules. That means IUPAC means International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Okay, this is a very, very important for 10th based, and then when we enter into inter and degree syllabus, it has to become. Next, and IUPAC name of organic compounds consists 3 parts, where here prefix and root word and word root suffix. Okay, suffix we use after the naming of compounds, and prefix before we can use, and word root means number of electrons is present in the molecules. Like for example, these are basic needs of every person, every student. I will tell you now. So word root means the electrons is present in the molecules or an atom. So for example, if carries is C1 and C2 and C3 and C4. If it is C1, according to their rules, C1 equal as meth. Okay, meth. And if it is C2, it is called as eth. If it is C3, called as prop. prop. Okay, and if it is C4, you call as means bute. Okay, bute. If it is C5, recording as penta. And if it is C6, hexa. Okay, C7, hept. Okay, and if it is C8, it will be octa. C9, it will be non. And finally C10, it is to be deca. Another. Okay, this is a basic need of word root, so we can understanding everything here. And word root indicates the nature of basic of carbon skeleton. So in case of functional group present, indicate the name of the compounds with either prefix and suffix. Okay, before that we go to the table map. So now we see the, for example, this is a cyanide here. Cyanide is according as in the prefix name, according to their rules, this is cyanide. Means cyanide. Cyanide is being with a triple bond in carbon and nitrogen. It is also carbon and its compounds here example. So the prefix according to their rules, that is cyano. Cyano, it is a prefix. Cyano, it is a prefix. And cyanide, it is a ide. Ide, it is a suffix. After we can use, when the compounds are given, we name the first prefix, then after suffix. Okay, this is a word root pattern. Okay, now we'll see the table format. Okay, where we use the suffix and prefix right now. This is a functional group here. Functional group halogens. In prefixes according as and chloro and bromo iodo, because their functional group is example X is equal to, means halogen indicates X, and chlorine and bromine, iodine. Okay, another examples is bromopropane. Here prop means 3 carbon it has 3 carbons, so it is substituted bromine, so we calling as bromopropane, right? Bromopropane. This is example of halogens, IUPAC name according to their. Next we see the alcohols. The prefix is alcohols of prefix is example is ROH, the alkoxy group and hydroxy group. So now we see the ol, it is a suffix of the alcohol, and OH is a hydroxy group, it is a prefix, right? Prefix. The basic needs and basic concept this is. Next we see the aldehydes. Okay, or all means staldehyde. This is the example. In the case of or, in the place of or, we put CH3 group. This is a staldehyde. So this is a aldehyde. Aldehyde means aldehyde is a Al is a suffix. Aldehyde is means the functional group. Aldehyde functional group, right? Then carboxy it is a carboxylic acids. Here C double bond O and COH, this is a carboxylic functional group, right? So hydroxy means carboxy it is a suffix, prefix, and OIC is a suffix. Okay, here amine, amino is the prefix and amine is the suffix. Okay, here example we can see also aldehyde. The butanol is example, and ethanol, bromopropane and propanol is the example of the ketone also same. One non ketonone, example CO, C double bond O is the ketone group, functional group. Okay, now you see the ester. Okay, ester, it is a C double bond O, functional group is ester, C double bond O OR. O8 is a suffix. Okay, ester means COR. Methyl ethanoate is the example of ester. So every carbon atoms has, if it is the 2 atoms between the carbon and carbon, so means here single bond, it will call as alkane, right? Alkane. And if it is carbon has double bond, it is a ethylene example for alkene. Okay, next alkyne. Alkyne, it is a basic need for knowing and triple bond. If it is triple bond here, carbon and H here and here H, so it will be alkyne example. So now we see the chemical properties of carbon compounds here. Chemical properties of carbon compounds. So now we'll see chemical properties. Carbon, it chemically some distributed to the others. So combustion, first is the combustion reaction. Combustion means when the carbon is reacted with the oxygen atom in the presence of air, means it is a burning carbon, it reacts with the other, so it produces CO2, and heat plus light means delta, heat plus light. Okay, heat plus light. So this is the combustion reactions. The carbon compounds undergoes combustion reactions to produce carbon dioxide plus water, right? So for example, methane here, it will be reacted with the oxygen, here gas to produce CO2 plus and water and light plus energy. Light plus means light plus energy or heat. Heat is nothing but in the form of energy, right? So this is a combustion reaction. These are the very important for the 4 marks gaining. Okay, are you understanding? I think so. Now we'll see the oxidation and reduction. So now see the oxidation of carbon here. So for example, oxidation means oxidation means it adding of oxygen and removal of hydrogen, that we call as oxidation. In case of reduction, the adding of hydrogen and removal of oxygen here. So adding of oxygen here in the presence of reagent, that is a KMnO4, the best reagent for the treatment of oxidation reaction. So example, ethanol is going to be oxidized. So oxidizing reagent, when we call as oxidizing reagent means when we adding the oxygen to the even compounds, it given other compounds. So it is a catalyst reagent. So it will potassium permanganate in the place when we put this reagent and catalyst, so it will produce ethanoic acid. Okay, here hydrogen is removal and oxygen is added, that's why calling as oxidation step, right? For the substances which are used for the oxidation is known as the oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent means in the case of reduction agent, a substance which are used for the reduction are known as a reduction reagent, means oxidizing agent in the place of reduction reagent. Example, KMnO4 and potassium dichromate. Okay, now we'll see the additional reaction. Addition reaction. So I will give you the full details in the shortcut form, and for knowing simple method and with 40 minutes or 1 hour. So now we will see the addition reaction, right? Addition reaction means an unsaturated compounds. Only in the addition reaction, unsaturated hydrocarbons only involved in the presence of catalyst. For example, is alkene in alkyne. Alkyne is a general reaction. Alkyne is converted into alkene, and alkene is converted into alkane. Okay, this is a general reaction of addition reaction, means unsaturated hydrocarbons, alkenes undergoes reaction in the presence of catalyst, nickel H2. For example, this is a acetylene, means carbon triple bond, here H and here H, in the presence of nickel catalyst and hydrogen. In the place of this, we get CH2 and double bond CH2. Okay, this is acetylene, and other reaction, other added hydrogen here, it will produces ethane. Okay, ethane molecules. These are treatment with the first alkyne. This is alkyne is gives rise to alkene, and alkene is gives rise to alkane in the presence of catalyst. This is the H2 catalyst. It's the best reagent for the reduce means reduction means or reduction. Okay, unsaturated hydrocarbons, alkenes or alkynes reaction is in the presence of catalyst. Example H2. So here one example here is a C double bond, or here C double bond, or where it is C double bond, or is the best example for the addition reaction. Okay, now we'll see the substitution reaction. The substitution reactions only it carries alkane. Okay, remember this one, alkane always is be with the substitution reactions with a single covalent bonds. Example methane. I would like to now draw here methane structure, means not a methane formula here. When we treat it with the chlorine, when we treat it undergoes chlorination means in the presence of chlorine it will produce as methyl, means CH3Cl plus HCl, methyl chloride here form plus HCl. Okay, plus HCl, and again CH3Cl and react with the treated with the chlorine gas and chlorination in the presence with the methyl chloride, it will form methylnyl chloride, CH2Cl plus Cl2 plus HCl. Okay, and again CH2 methylene chloride CH2Cl again react with the chlorination and chlorine gas, so it will produce chloroform CHCl3 plus HCl. Okay, and again chloroform is reacted with the chlorine, so it will give CCl4 plus HCl. Okay, carbon tetrachloride it will produce finally in substitution reaction. So this is a alkane. Okay, means a substitution reaction means saturated hydrocarbons. So I already told you in previous previous page. So saturated carbons also it produces alkanes, means saturated hydrocarbons give substitution reaction it always. Example methane. Okay, methane in the presence of light we will get CCl4 when we treat it with the final product. And next some important carbon compounds. These are the alcohols, and here alcohols, the compounds what is mean by alcohols means the compound contain OH groups. This is the alkyl group in the OH group. The compound contains OH groups as attached to carbon atoms. Here oxygen means R group, we call as alcohols. Example ethanol, commonly known as alcohol. Okay, this is the alcohol. Next, properties of ethanol or alcohol. Now we will see. Then properties of ethanol, the reaction with the sodium. So ethanol is reaction with the sodium, we get a sodium ethanoate or sodium ethoxide. Okay, sodium ethoxide. When again treated with reaction with the concentration H2SO4. So in the ethanol, when we react with the sodium, and it will produce sodium ethoxide and H2 gas. And when next reaction with the concentration H2SO4, ethanol is a reaction with the H2SO4 in the presence of Kelvin 443 Kelvin temperature, it will produce ethane. So and plus water. Okay, and water in the presence of H2SO4 sulfuric acid. Next, alcohol as a fuel. Alcohol ethanol is added to petrol up to 20%. Mixture is called gasol. Okay, gasol. Now we'll see the harmful drinking alcohol, harmful effects of alcohol here. So if the alcohol is used for drinking purpose containing some methyl alcohol is impurity, then it may cause serious poison and loss of eyesight. Okay, whatever what I called. So if the alcohol is used for the drinking purpose, it contains some ethyl alcohols or impurities, and then it may cause serious poison and loss eyesight. Okay, it is a habit of forming and damages liver if taken regular large quantities. And now we'll see the ethanoic acid and acetic acid. What is ethanoic acid means? CH3COH group is called as acetic acid or vinegar and acetic acid. Here a lot of names here. And next, ethanoic acid is commercially known as acetic acid, belongs to group acids, we calling as carboxylic acid, right? What means ethanoic acids is commercially known as acetic acid or vinegar and belongs to acid groups, and we calling as carboxylic acid. Now this is the chemical properties. So chemical properties: reaction with the base means acid, and the alcohol CH3 is carboxylic acid means methoxy react with sodium hydroxide base to give CH3COO NaH2O means sodium acetate and water. Okay. Next, a reaction with carbonates and bicarbonates. Here carbonates formula is CO3 minus 2 and bicarbonate is HCO3, right? Means here alcohol means CH3 is carboxylic groups treated with a sodium carbonate. It will give sodium acetate and carbon dioxide plus water. Okay, these are reaction with carbonate and bicarbonate with carboxylic acid, acetic acid and vinegar. And next, acid means CH3CO group react with sodium bicarbonate. It will produce as same sodium acetate and water plus carbon dioxide. Okay. And reaction with alcohols. So these are esterification process here. Here esterification process means now I told you esterification. What is esterification? Means carboxylic acid. This is the carboxylic acid is react with alcohols. Okay, here these are alcohols. So the removal of water here, dehydration takes place, it gives esters, we calling as esterification, right? So here water is removal of water here, H2. Then we adding CO plus CO double bond C double bond O plus OR. Here R. This is a ester formula. So esterification means that the treatment of carboxylic acid plus alcohols and it gives ester. Okay, this is a esterification process. Example, this carboxylic acid react with alcohols. This is ethanol plus acetic acid to produce as ethyl ethanoate or ester and water plus. This is a reaction of esterification process. Next, here are many examples of esterification process here, and we can see already. Next, we see that soaps and detergents and miscellaneous. Here we missing some topics here. So soaps and saponifications and soaps and detergents and miscellaneous. Miscellaneous means it is spherically shaped aggregate with soap molecules, recording as miscellaneous. Okay, it may be it contains some two types of miscellaneous here: hydrophobic and hydrophilic. Hydrophobic is always liquid hating. Phobia means it is some fear. It is fear with water. Is here tail region is head region. Head region is always attached to here hydrophilic. It always liquid loving. You calling as hydrophilic. These in 10th based exams, in final exams they give in 4 marks question hydrophobic and hydrophilic, and with examples. Okay, example sodium acetate, and is the best example for this. Sodium acetate is head is a tail region, and head region is a hydrophilic. It is liquid loving. Okay, this is a hydrophobic and hydrophilic. Before that we calling as soaps. What is mean by soap? What is the general formula of soap? These are potassium salts of fatty acids we calling as soap. Okay, the general formula: sodium sodium salts of acids we calling as soaps. The formula is C17H35 and O11. The time which stearic acid, it is examples of soap. Okay, detergents also Here ammonium sulfate salts of long chain carboxylic acid we call as detergents. Means ammonium means NH4 and sulfate SO4 -2, and salts it may be COO minus, and carboxylic acids CH3COOH group we calling as detergent. Okay, detergent. Soaps and detergents are different. Okay, now we'll see the colloidal properties and their dispersion medium. We're missing those topics here. So what is dispersed phase and dispersion medium? So dispersion phase means the solute means the colloid solution is contains solute particles we calling as dispersed phase, and the the colloidal particles is contain solvent mixtures we calling as dispersion medium. Okay, for example milk we take here solution means solute plus solvent gives solution. Okay, solution that may be true solution and original solution. What is original solution means that, and true solution when we added for example we taken salt and we adding some water on it, and next it will be completely dissolved or completely soluble with their satisfaction of water, means it will call as a true solution or original solution. Okay, that may be that is different. And next, colloid solution means that colloidal particles, it will be less than 1 nanometer and more than less than 100 nanometers, 1000 nanometers we calling as colloidal particles. So these are the colloid particles. We have dispersion medium and dispersed phase. These are the very very important thing. Okay, next these are final topics, the shortcut from all those topics today. So this is all about carbon and its compounds, right? So finally I hope all of you are understanding well about this process and the properties. Okay, so thank you for all for who are listening this class. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you. Stay with the next class.